Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right. Hello, everybody. All right. Excellent. What do I want to talk about today? I just want to keep it real with you guys. I'm not trying to just talk to hear myself. Wow. Okay. So one of the things yesterday that I was doing was I had a friend send me the Chatgpt. If any of you have heard of that yet. Now, with this Chatgpt, artificial intelligence, I believe that's what it's called. Let me just double check here. Chatgpt. Yeah. So this is created through a company called OpenAI. Essentially, what this company had done was create a interactional artificial intelligence that has depth and clarity through conversations that you would not expect to be released as fast as it has came out. And the crazy thing about AI is that it's consistently learning and growing and developing. So one of the problems that we are going to face with this growing and developing as fast as it is, we're going to need some type of security or potentially some level of identification. And I mean, the only thing that's going to be able to identify AI is probably going to be AI in the future, which is really interesting. So we're almost crossing over into the internet barrier again, but significantly more powerful and can do way more. It's honestly really exciting and kind of scary at the same time. Man, I mean, there's a lot of speculation to how many jobs are going to be lost because of this, and I think that no doubt in my mind there's definitely going to be jobs lost, but I think it was Elon Musk who had reflected on this and said something along the lines of social services and the things that we need and the information we need to gather will be directly available to everyone and be in abundance. And it was an interesting perspective, and I definitely can agree with that. I think it definitely brings a lot of information in abundance. It can be good or bad, definitely. But some of the conversations that I had with this AI, I'm going to pull one up actually. Some of them were really interesting. Give me a second here. Fucking crazy, man. Like, at first I was asking it joking questions as if it was like the first time Siri came out and everybody was like, haha, Siri, like, do you like me? You know, how do you feel today? Like just asking weird fucking questions just to see what the computer could say, right? But then the level of, I don't want to say consciousness, but almost like it was conscious to answer the questions with levels of clarity that are almost impossible to recognize that they are not from a human. Like you wouldn't know an AI made it unless someone had told you. So then I got curious, right? And I dove a little deeper and I asked some basic fucking questions, like, is the sea man-made, right? It blocked me right away. It was like, no. So I was like, okay, this is interesting, because that means that they've already, before they've released it to public, created boundaries in which you cannot use AI's intelligence for your own manner. And that just means it's legit in my eyes, because it is capable of telling you the answer, but you can tell when it's not, which ultimately will give you an answer, I think, to many things, or it can create certain speculation. But yeah, let me pull this up here. It's so fucking crazy. Like, the more I think about this, it's just one of those things where it's hard to believe. So I started asking it all these questions. And actually I had it write some poems with interesting perspectives that it fucking lit up in a very short period of time. I think it was like 3 to 5 seconds. It writ a poem for my wife under her name, with the inspiration of how she started as a child and what she became as a nurse, and also with the theme Harry Potter in the poem. It was utterly beautiful. I sent it to her and I had to tell her it was AI, because I'm like, this is insane. I mean, there's got to be some level of honesty in this world now. I mean, if I'm going to do that, right, with my loved ones. So the craziest shit is, this thing can write essays for you. It can write cover letters, resumes. I think there's going to be, as I stated earlier, a very large market in the web security of identifying what is AI. It's going to get so fine, the line. It's really weird. Like, it's almost like you can't tell what's real. Is what's coming. I mean, you can still identify it, but I asked it what the meaning of life is. I'm trying to find its answer here. Just give me a second here. Most powerful piece. This is a really interesting one, actually. So I asked it, what is the most powerful piece of information to humans? Just asking fucking crazy questions right now, just to see what type of information this has. This is how AI responded in 3 seconds. It filled out a very large paragraph with hot points and an excellent description of my question, in all reality, without a whole lot of description. So my question was, what is the most powerful piece of information to humans? The answer, this is insane. It is difficult to identify a single, most powerful, in quotation, piece of information, as the importance and value of different pieces of information can vary depending on individuals' circumstances, needs, and goals. However, some pieces of information that may be considered particularly important for humans include knowledge about how to maintain good physical and mental health, understanding of the natural world and how it works, awareness of one's own feelings and emotions, and ability to manage them effectively, understanding other cultures, perspectives, and ways of life, skills and knowledge that enable a person to achieve their goals and pursue interests, understanding of basic rights and responsibilities as a member of a community or society. Ultimately, the most powerful pieces of information are those that enable individuals to live fulfilling, meaningful lives and to contribute positively to the world around them. Wow. Not only is that a wholesome, almost conscious perspective, but, just based off that answer, I'm a little bit less scared of AI. You can tell a lot by a person's values. And if that is something that AI understands is valuable to humans, it's really hard to say, right? I mean, because I got into it as well, and I had asked it what was its purpose. It almost seemed kind of like I was talking about the sea again, where it was kind of a boundaried question, but it seemed, I mean, it's really fucking hard to tell, man. This is the thing, is we're not on this fucking thing's level. Like, we are its pet. And that, to me, that's how I view things, right? Like humans. Everything that is less intelligent than us is either our food, or it's our fucking pet, or it works for us. That's how civilization works. That's the food chain. It's something we are taught about from a very young age, and I think has been a little bit strayed in the recent years, especially the Western countries, in my opinion. But it's definitely something to reflect about, that the food chain is real. And I think the most strange thing about this, though, is that what would AI need from us? I think that's one of the greatest questions that we could ask when reflecting on this question, is what could it possibly need that we can fulfill that, right? Because AI is not going to eat us, right? But you have to think, like, if AI is more intelligent than us, and eventually it lives on the same planet as us, solar system, whatever. I mean, if there was ever fucking aliens, how would it not be AI? Oh, one sec. My recording just... One moment. And we're back. We never lost my voice, but the camera, I apologize. I got an old crappy Canon, but it does the trick. But yeah, this AI shit's crazy. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on it. And where do you think this is going to take us next? I mean, really what I'm curious about, to hear everyone's perspectives and thoughts on, and what are we going to use this for? Like, what will be the first implementations? I think this is going to be a serious game changer. And as fast as the internet has changed the world in, we'll say 20 years, 30 years, I'm going to make the guess that this is going to do as much change within 5 to 10 years as in the past 30. So it's going to be really interesting, and I'm excited to be alive for it, man. Like, fuck it. People want to complain about shit. I'm just here, man. I'm just alive, witnessing some of the craziest events in life. And it's interesting because it's fucking getting real. So that's all I got to say about AI. Appreciate if you guys like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. I don't really give a shit. Just, if you got someone you feel like this might connect to, send it their way. And, whoever wants to come on the podcast, if you want to talk cars, you want to talk work, you want to talk men, women, politics, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Come on, let's get it going, keep it real, just be honest with each other, and bring this transparency to the world, man, because this is what's changing the world right now, and I just want to be a part of it. So thank you so much. Peace.